All right, female reproductive anatomy. This pig, courtesy of Lil T, the famous one from the blood vessel lab, back in action yet again. And so for the reproductive anatomy, we need to go down low. So had to cut through some bone. Sorry, ma'am. But sacrifices had to be made to see this structure. So there was a girdle down here that I've cut open, and occasionally feel bony pieces jab into my glove. Thankfully, of course, lab safe. I'm even wearing goggles because it's all about safety here. And in times of pandemic, people are like, hey, what are you doing to prepare for it? Me, I'm cutting open pigs and looking at reproductive anatomy. So a little behind the scenes, I am doing these the week of the after classes were suspended and moved online. So today is the 18th. So I just dated the video for the future and now. Anyway, let's look at this stuff. There's not that much for reproductive for the female, but they are pretty exciting, and there's some differences from the human anatomy. So we'll start off with one, genital papilla. It is this little thing here. So the outward protuberance, if you will, for lack of a better term, genital papilla, that thing there. Okay. Then following inward, this is where it gets a little different. So in humans, right, there's the urethral opening and then the vaginal opening. Pigs, though, are a little different. So they actually have an internal fusion of the urinary and reproductive cavities. So the urethra and from the bladder and then the actual uterus will merge into one cavity. That's called the urogenital sinus, and that is different from humans, right? And so it takes place about there. So I'm going to try and turn this over and not hit Lil T's tail on my phone, but that is the urogenital sinus. And so if you look, I'll point it out in a second, but you're going to see where the bladder comes into this equation and where the uterus comes into this equation. But it's super, super fascinating. Very interesting little bit of anatomy. And you know what? This turned out perfect, too, by the way. This is a fantastic dissection. Fantastic initially by the team that did it, and then I just enhanced it and did some good work on the other hand. So it's been a fun week of cutting some stuff open. But let's hit up the uterus next. This a hair? That's not a pig hair. I don't know whose hair that is. It's too long for me. Well, I guess that's a parting gift from the team who cut this open. One of y'all's hair is in this pig. Forever intertwined in your futures. But anyway, okay, I'm trying to get in there. That's the uterus there. So sorry my phone keeps going in and out. It has an autofocus thing on the video, and I can't. It's difficult. But so this, of course, is the urogenital sinus, and then it branches off into form the uterus down in here. And then the other part of that branch is the bladder. Oh boy, where'd the bladder go? Oh, hold on. Pardon the wait. Come on now. There it is. Bladder. Well, the urethra, I guess, works better. Sorry. The bladder is, of course, the same as it was in the male pig. So there, bladder. The urethra, though, where you at? Well, I can't find it. I don't know where it went. All these urets in here, but not even freaking urethra. Oh, no, that's the bladder. Oh, whatever. Where'd it go? Okay, wait, running out of time here. Okay, so the urethra is this. So this is like the dumping part of the urine. So that where I'm pointing to there, that's the urethra. All right, if you don't watch this with sound on, I guess you're missing out, but that's the urethra. All right, anyway. Next up, uterine horns. And so from the uterus, you have these branchings that come out here, and that's the uterine horn. Those will lead to the ovaries. So all the way up there, that's your uterine horns. Well, yeah, that's good. Uterine horn. There's an oviduct in there somewhere, but it's whatever. It's close enough. We've talked about that before. But so the ovary is found inside this region. So this little mesh of wadded up things. It's like a jumbled together noodle that's just kind of permanent, like a dried ramen. That's what this looks like. So that's that. Kind of hard to see the ovary because it's tucked away in this little ball. So I pulled the other one out. And so you can see the oviduct there And then we have the ovary right there. Pointing at the ovary now, pointing at the ovary now. Trying to focus the stupid camera. There we go. Ovary. Right there. Okay. I think that finishes it up. So we got the urogenital sinus. Again, to point out, this is a unique thing that's not in humans, but is in the piggies. So thanks, little T, for sharing. And then we got the uterus down below that. And then the urethra up there. Okay. There'll be pictures, of course, but that's it for the reproductive. And that is, of course, our last video for the A&P side of things. So I hope you all enjoyed them. Had a good time. It's been a ride. I think we can all agree on that. Say bye to little T. Little T, say bye. Bye. All right, and then, of course, Wilbur, Bacon Jr., saying adios as well. So, peace.